home. Today I'm going to make a lovely nutty basmati rice with delicious ghee. Very simple, very easy to make, and that will cook while we prepare our curried fish. So anyway, let's get started. So in here I've got 1 cup of basmati rice, which I'm going to add to my rice cooker. And then with basmati rice, I like to add 2 cups of nice cold water. And in the pot, earlier I had made some ghee, and so it's got some sort of nice brown sort of buttery bits in there. And so what we need to do is not probably add any more ghee to it right now, but we do need to add salt to that. And I cook generally with kosher salt, so I'm going to add a teaspoon of kosher salt to that. Give it a little mix, and then, as they say on, whatever TV things that you do when you order stuff online, is we're going to set it and forget it. Just put a little lid on that, and you're done. So then, what we're now going to do is start with our fish. So let's get cooking with that. And what we have here is just a pan. To that pan, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Let me just grab a spatula for that. Okay, so just let that cook down. And then with that, let me just introduce you to what I call my masala dabbas. And in here, you have an assortment of spices. I'll sort of share with you later what those spices are as we cook with them. My powders here, aromatics over here. So to that oil, I like to add curry leaves pretty much to anything. So there's 3 or 4 curry leaves in here. And then to that, depending on how much garlic you like, this is probably about 2, maybe 3 cloves of garlic minced in there. So let's just add that. And see that sort of flavor just sort of coming through right now. Make sure you don't burn the garlic. And to that, add, 1 cup of chopped tomatoes. And what you're going to do now is just see this chopped tomato sort of soften down. And so I like to sort of push it a little, just help it along a bit. Otherwise it wouldn't be a 5-minute fish. And so let's just see that sort of go through. And you can see how that's doing already. Just mix it in with that garlic and the oil. And then what I like to do at the same time, you don't really have to wait till it's completely mushy, is I also like to add a bit of fenugreek. So fenugreek is really great for arthritis. So add a few fenugreek seeds to that. Adds a bitter taste also. So not too much from a fish dish perspective. So we're done with these aromatics, so let's put that aside. And then let's work with the other powdered spices that you have. Now, to help the tomato along a bit, I like to add my salt first. And we've got just over 1 pound of delicious halibut there. So I'm going to add sort of 2 teaspoons of salt. And to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, heaping, as you can see, of turmeric. And then I have 2 types of chili powder. I have an extra hot chili powder and a Kashmiri chili powder. The Kashmiri chili powder is not as hot, but gives great color. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of the Kashmiri chili powder and maybe half a teaspoon of the extra hot chili powder. And then in order to make sure that your sauce is nice and thick, so it's not runny, nobody likes the sort of a runny sauce on a curry, I'm going to add a mixture that I make at home. It's 1 part cumin and 3 parts of coriander ground up. So I like to add a lot of this. So I'm going to add about 3 to 4 teaspoons of this. Maybe 3, maybe a little more if I like a little more sauce. And then we're done with that spice box as well. So this is coming along really nicely now. Tomatoes have almost softened. And to that, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. And now it's becoming a bit of a a nice sort of masala texture here. So you've got the basic ingredients here. And as simple as that is, all we're going to now do is just add our fish pieces. Now, because I like a little more sauce to my fish curry, I'm just going to add a bit more water. Obviously, the fish will give us its own water as well as it cooks. So we'll just do that. And I'm cooking here on an induction cooktop, so apologies for the beeping that you're hearing. But I just like to make sure that the fish is not crowded in the dish. But you can also, like it, there isn't smelly vision right now, but this is smelling pretty good right now. Just give this a little top, and I put the skin side down here. Some people eat the skin, some people don't. I do. I quite like it. Lots of nutrients in there. And I'm just going to add a bit of water to that. Let's say about a cup of water to that. And then you're going to set that up and just scrape down the sides. And that will basically, we're going to put the lid on. And once again, we're going to set it and forget it for about 5 minutes and come back to it, and your fish will be done. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes on a medium heat, and the fish is actually done. So I'm going to turn this off now. Now, to add a little bit of what I call umami taste, I'll take a little bit of clarified butter or ghee and just dot it over the fish. So about 2, maybe 3 teaspoons for you. And then cilantro to garnish it off. And always, always, always taste the food before you're going to serve it up. So I know this is going to sit for a little while the rice cooks. That's delicious, even if I say so myself. Maybe a little salt. So I'll maybe add a bit of salt to that. Let's wait for the rice to be done, and I'll plate it for you. And we're back, and so I've just heard the rice go off, so let's grab a little bit of this deliciousness here. Let's get some of this beautiful sort of nutty brown flavor in here. Let's grab that. And to the rice, let's add a bit of our fish curry. So that's been resting there very nicely. Beautiful piece of halibut there. Another piece. Let's pour a bit of gravy on top of that. And don't forget, have a little bit of homemade lemon pickle to go along with that. I'm sure that's going to be quite delicious. So let's have a little bite before I say goodbye to you guys. Make sure I don't burn myself. Really great comfort food. So bon appetit, everyone.